What's going on? Okay, it is, what is it? It's Tuesday? Yay. Yes, I'm feeling good. Okay, feeling good. Haven't did much work today, but definitely feeling good. I wanted to do this video because, okay, y'all girl Kim K, all right, is in the news right now. Now, I will say, okay, I'm one of the ones who don't understand how the Kardashians have made billions of dollars allegedly, or how they're making this money, where it's coming from. I just don't know. It doesn't make sense that sleeping with Ray J would like catapult you to stardom, fame, and everything. But anyway, the Kardashians are huge. Okay, everyone knows who they are. They're international, and allegedly, they're like the go-to people for a lot of celebrities. Okay, we saw Jay-Z and Beyonce on like a boat with them. Okay, a lot of celebrities are like connected with them, but don't really connect themselves with them. I don't know. It's like it's real strange. Like for Chris Jenner's birthday party, she had a whole bunch of celebrities there, but no one talks about them. It's all the way weird. Then Ray J has the whole lawsuit against them, Kim and her mom, and I believe allegedly, okay, against Kim and her mom, but allegedly the Kardashians came out with this lawsuit against Ray J. And Ray J has pretty much proven in his social media posts that what he's saying is true, which is the fact that he's saying allegedly Chris Jenner was the one who orchestrated and set up the meeting for them to do that X tape. Okay, and that's how it came about, because she set it up and made arrangements for them to get paid millions of dollars based on that video. Okay, so I'm saying all this to say that before the whole Ray J and Kim situation, what's up, Charlotte Willis? Who knew anything about Kim Kardashian or Chris? Usually people were talking about the husband, the Kardashian husband, because he was a lawyer and he represented, I can't think of the guy's name. He represented the guy who got away with murder, which I don't believe that he even did the murder. Anyway, yeah, so we're not here to talk about the father. But the father was who everyone knew. And I believe it was because of the father, and I'm not sure, I could definitely be wrong, but I believe it was because of the Kardashian guy, the father, the lawyer who represented, I'm trying to say it so it'll jog my memory. Dag, what's the guy's name? Anyway, everybody says that that's Chloe's dad, which I don't believe that. The football player. Anyway, allegedly he took his wife and her boyfriend out, which I don't believe that, because it was a whole lot of other evidence they were trying to suppress and hide. Anyway, I believe he was the one that made that name big because of that lawsuit. That lawsuit, it blew up. Everybody loved it. It was the talk of the century. I remember when that lawsuit came out. Still trying to remember the guy's name. Damn, that's weird. But anyway, so just recently, okay, so y'all know Kim Kardashian has a clothing line, or she's linked to a clothing line called Skims, which is like it's like a body shaping brand for women. Well, if you don't know, okay, a truck driver was delivering the Skims products, okay, and somehow was stopped and searched and was found to have like $9 million worth of the cocoa. Can I say cocoa? Someone you can't say on, but yeah. So that makes me feel like, because let me tell you why. So the driver has been charged, but not Kim, not anyone associated with the brand itself, only the driver, which is very strange to me, right? And it makes me think, and I remember years ago, I used to say, I believe them girls, them women got something to do with like the cartel or something, because I'm just thinking, how are they making all this money? Like, how have they catapulted themselves to the status that they are right now, with no man around? And not to say that you got to have a man to catapult your career, not to say that, but they had a man, which was the dad and the husband, and then Chris became a widow. He passed away, and they took on the name and the legacy and then turned it into filth, in my opinion. Okay. But I kept saying something ain't right. Gotta be either some witchcraft or some rugs associated with them, because the way they handle men. Okay. If you hear about them with men, usually it's just Kim and Chloe and Chris, the mom, that I've heard about negatively with the black men that they choose to be with. They just all end up in a rough situation. Just doesn't end good for them, except for Reggie and Ray J. Reggie and Ray J. Reggie is the football player. I don't know his last name. And then Ray J, of course, well, he is kind of, I guess you could say it is a little rough there with Ray J. But I believe Ray J probably did that to himself, because he been left the Kardashian, left them alone. So his madness is probably because of him and the other people he used to hang with. I don't know. Anyway, if you think about this whole news article that I'm about to read here, then maybe it does line up. I don't know. I don't know what type of rugs Ray J take, if he take any prescription medicine that has him all cuckoo like he is, or whatever. All I know is a lot of stuff he say, I believe it. But anyway, let's get into it. So the E! News. This is coming from E! News. Okay? Because when I first saw the article, it was on Instagram, and a lot of people were posting in the comment section that this was fake news. And I was like, let me look it up and see and make sure. And nah, this ain't no damn fake news. Nah, this ain't fake. Okay? This is not fake. And it's crazy that they separated the driver from the brand itself when it came to this. And I'm thinking they probably been doing this all along. And who thought to stop the driver to search for rugs? Okay, they would already had to know something was going on. They knew something was going on. They knew it. But anyway, they tried to let this slip right past us, but no, I'm bringing it up in a video because we need to know what them Kardashian women are doing. Okay, we're going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there. And it's not made up. It's been reported on E! News. Okay. Kim Kardashian's Skim line played a role in 9.5 million rug with the D bust. Okay. A truck containing Kim Kardashian's Skims brand was used to conceal 90 kilograms or nearly 200 pounds of that coquiana. during an attempt smuggling operation in England, which was ultimately busted. Now, this report has come on May 19th, which is today. So I'm thinking this happened today. Okay, Skims has found itself part of an unusual predicament. Yeah, I guess Skims, right? Even though they're only charging the driver, not associating it really to Kim. Listen now, a delivery driver in the United Kingdom was arrested and charged for smuggling more than $9.5 million worth of that coal, okay, with the other coal, the cocoa, in a truck carrying Kim Kardashian's clothing brand, the National Crime Agency confirmed in a May 18th press release. So this was actually put out yesterday. Now we don't know what time yesterday. But anyway, Jacob, Jacob, Jakub, Jan Konkel, Konkel, was stopped by Border Force officers in Essex in September while arriving on a ferry from the Netherlands in September. After 28 pallets of Skims products were x-rayed, authorities said the load was entirely legitimate and neither the exporter nor importer were connected to the smuggling load. So allegedly this happened in September, but it just got reported yesterday. Sounds like some type of corruption, if you ask me. Okay. However, the vehicle was specifically adapted to conceal the skin of the rear trailer door, which led to 90 packages, each containing 1 gram of that C word, with a street value of $9.5 million. Kunkel's tactograph, a device inside commercial vehicles that records its speed and distance, documented a 16-minute stop that he did not declare during his interview with the NAC, which the agency said it believes was when the rugs were loaded onto the truck. So it sounds like what the article is saying is that the truck driver, Konkel, went and picked up the skim products, okay, made a stop for 16 minutes somewhere else. When he got to England, he was stopped by the NAC. I guess that's like like a checkpoint for the trucks. He told them his whole process, but he didn't acknowledge the 16-minute stop. And so I guess this led to the search. Although the Polish national initially denied knowing anything about the coal packages, he eventually pleaded guilty. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all think Kunkel was the one who was going to go and distribute it? Or do you think he knew what he was doing because he's part of a whole corrupt scheme of people or organized crime? Okay. So he pleaded guilty to rug smuggling, confessing that he had done so for a payment of about five. Y'all, let me put my glasses on. Ain't no way. Okay? Listen to this, man. And you know this, man. Listen to this information, y'all. I gotta put my glasses on because y'all know I can't see. Okay, I'm up here playing with y'all. I just don't want my lashes to hit my glasses, but it is what it is. So allegedly, Kunkel smuggled these rugs into England so that he could get a $5,200 payout. He's the only one being charged. Y'all make this make sense for me. Ain't no way this man was the leader and going to get $5,200, $5,200 for smuggling $9.5 million worth of rugs. Someone else is behind this. We need the big fish. Who is the big fish? To me, this reminds me of when you hear about the local rug dealer who used to stand on the street corner. I don't know if they still do stuff like that. But back in my day when I was younger, the rug dealers used to stand on the street corner. They'll be posted up at certain convenience stores, stuff like that, in neighborhoods, and they would sell little nickel dime bags, whatever, the small stuff, right? And then the distributor is some white or Cuban, allegedly, type person. Thank you. I appreciate Larry. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Somewhere making the big bucks while they out here nickel and diamond and going to jail behind $5 and $10, $20. So this to me sounds like organized crime right here. And they're allowing the smuggler to take the rap for something that is bigger than we could possibly understand. So Conko is 40 years old. He was sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison. 3 years and 6 months. Y'all, people get, I know this is a different country. This is what? England? The Netherlands. Where this is at? United Kingdom. This was the United Kingdom. Man, black men get locked up for 10, 20 years for marijuana. That's legal in a lot of United States of America. And he's getting 3 years. 3 years and 6 months. 3.5 years. Crazy to me. It's crazy. Okay, y'all listen. Organized crime groups use corrupt drivers like Conkle to move Class A rugs, often hitting on entirely legitimate loads such as this. The NCA opens operations manager Paul Orchard said in the press release, the detection and investigation has removed a significant amount of that coal, okay, which profits are lost to the crime group behind the smuggling attempt. And with Conkle, they've lost an important enabler. So I'm going to show the guy here. This is the guy. This is E! News. Okay, it's reporting this. You see eonline.com. This is Conkle. His name is Jaku Jan Conkle. This is who they're allowing to take the rap for the $9.5 million worth of coca, the Class A rug. I'm going to call it the Class A rug. He was sentenced to 3 years and 6 months, y'all. 3 years and 6 months. I'm going to say it. If he was black, they would have found out exactly who the owner was of the rugs, the Class A rugs. Meanwhile, Border Force Assistant Director Jason Thorne emphasized how rug traffickers smuggling illegal substances into the UK have upended local communities. These rugs destroy lives and inflict misery on our communities. He added in the announcement, we continue to work around the clock to relentlessly pursue criminality, protect our borders, and keep these dangerous rugs off our streets. Following the news, the fashion company addressed the arrest, Skims is aware of the recent news involving a shipment with their products. The brand shared in a statement with E! News. We want to be absolutely clear. Skims had no knowledge whatsoever about this criminal activity. We had no connection to the smuggling operation, the driver, or the truck. I would say that too. Yeah, I would say that too. I would say that too. Of course you didn't. Of course you did. And it's so crazy. I hope an investigation is underway for them. And I do remember Ray J mentioning something about an investigation being held against Kim Kardashian. And that's not alleged. I do remember hearing him say on social media probably months ago, and then the next thing you know, he got admitted into a hospital or something, and they said, he was going through his withdrawals or something, or abuse of drugs. Let me find out. Let me find out. Okay? This is what the word is. I'm putting it out here. Y'all can probably, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of Kim Kardashian fans or Kardashian fans that probably watch my channel. You're probably going to feel some type of way, but this is what the news is saying. Okay? This reportedly came out yesterday, but it happened in September. I'm thinking September 2025. I'm not quite sure. That man is who they're letting take the fall for this, even though they know that he is not the supplier. Okay, those rugs came from somewhere. That 16-minute stop, they should have been found. Wherever he went for 16 minutes, he stopped, he made a stop for 16 minutes. That whole place should have been targeted. And all those people should have been brought in to see if they're part of some type of cartel. But no, they just said, no, we're going to take the driver in. We're going to give him 3 years, 3.5 years. We're going to take him in. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. I am not surprised at all. Not surprised. Surprised they got caught. Surprised the story came out. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not surprised. It makes complete sense, okay? Because racketing with the T is a huge thing here. It's a huge thing everywhere. Okay, if you listen to the Epstein files, in the Epstein files, they were racketing women and children everywhere. Okay, had people from all over the country on the plane with underage people, with some that wasn't underage but came from different countries, didn't have passports, shouldn't even been allowed on the plane. Some people weren't even listed. They had they saw the manifesto of everyone who's supposed to have been on the plane, but some some spaces with the name would say female instead of a person's name. Racketing, to me, with the T, is the biggest, probably up there in the top 3 of the biggest industry, the biggest organized crime that's going on in probably all countries. Children or people, I'm just say people, rugs with the D, and fraud, the corporation scams and stuff. Everything Epstein was doing, and Epstein was even allegedly, all this is alleged, in my opinion, but allegedly Epstein was even making his own rugs. He was making his own designer babies. What the heck was that about? Making designer babies to do what? That never made sense to me. But yeah, so It's crazy that Kim K name got caught up with this because of her product. And just because it wasn't on American soil doesn't mean they wouldn't have access to it or they don't have anything to do with it. Because think about it, you guys. Okay, let's think. Let's think. Usually Americans, especially these celebrities, they travel to all types of countries. They go everywhere. It's no country off limits for them. They get right on, hop on a private jet, okay, a private plane, catch a flight, be gone, come back, okay. Ain't looking like their money is stopping in any way, even though we're going through a tough recession right now, in my opinion. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I know some people are going to say, oh, it has nothing to do with them because it wasn't on American soil. But nah, nah, because I bet that probably was the first stop. And then the third stop was going to bring it here. Think about how y'all think these rugs get in here, get in America, besides them making the rugs, on their own. Because I believe, you know, a lot of rugs are made here and just distributed. But I also believe that rugs come from different countries as well. Because if you think about it, a lot of countries have like the main ingredient. Like they have the poppy seed or the cocoa in order to produce the large amounts. And then it gets shipped everywhere it needs to go. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video to make it known. Okay, I see what you're doing, Kim. I see what you're doing. I see how the Kardashians are making their funds. I see they all skinny and stuff too, looking like um dragons or aliens or something. Talking about it's that GOP or Ozempic or whatever. I don't know. Ain't no telling what it is. But I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it in the comment section. I know that probably rattled rattled someone's feathers or something. Me talking about it, but I'm telling you, I always knew in my spirit that them Kardashians was doing something different on another level. It wasn't just what we seeing here. Because if you think about it, what the heck does Kim do? What does she do? Okay, she makes appearances. A lot of celebrities make appearances. She has four children by Kanye. But she still has her own big money. And then Chris manages people. How did she get the contacts? You look a mess. Get you out of here. I'll make sure you don't ever come back. Thank you for putting yourself out there so I could block you. I appreciate it. But yeah, how in the world does the Kardashians make their money? And I say the Kardashians because you got the Jenners and then you got the Kardashians. And Rob, where is Rob? Like, Rob just trying to stay away from the women. He trying to disassociate himself from them because he know they crazy. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys on this video here. I knew it. And it's crazy because they haven't put the two together. They're saying, nah, we're going to just give the driver 3 years. That's the easy takeout. Real quick, that reminds me of Michael Jackson and the doctor, right? How Michael Jackson passed away. And then the doctor got, 3 years, I believe. 3 years, something like that. Conrad, allegedly, he was giving him um medication that should not be given in a house, in a home setting, but he was giving that to Michael Jackson on a regular basis. And then allegedly Michael passed away from like an overdose of the medication. And then Conrad was found guilty, but only served like 3 years. That's like the common thing. And it's crazy because they said this guy, Conrad Kunkel, he was given 3 years and 6 months. 3 6? 3 6? That all sounds like play right there. They playing in our face, y'all. They playing in our face. I hope someone who is like a coder, who like decodes things, get a hold of this information here. Matter of fact, I know a guy. I'm gonna make sure I reach out to him and get him to decode this right here, as I know usually he come on YouTube on Fridays. So I'm gonna reach out to him, make sure he put this in the gematria thing, because yeah, 3 years, 6 months. That's I don't know. They're playing in our faces. They can tell us anything. But again, that's all I have for you guys. Like I said, thank you so much to all my new subscribers. Thank you to my subscribers for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I talk about content like this all the time. Okay, whenever it's available, I'm talking about it. Matter of fact, there's another celebrity that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, I'll be back with another video real soon. Thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.